here in the VM architecture and your containerization architecture that you saying right now. Any doubts? So, guys, in the containerization or container platform, first you have to know about the architecture, like the lower part that is your core server, that may be your private cloud, that may be your public cloud. Based upon, on top of that, we deploy the base operating system. That is here taken as example Linux. As you know, the purpose of the operating system, so that will interact, that will communicate. On top of that, we are taking the container engine. This is a fundamental. It helps to generate your container. It helps to generate your container. In terms of the VM, we saw there we have virtual machine that we created the virtual machines that is using the hypervisor that we already did. And now here we are using the container to generate the container. And container help to run the containerized application. In the container, it has some software packages, some software application packages that basically have the config file, library dependency. Config file, it depends on your application, what kind of application you are running. Based on that config file, will create and it's a make package and help to run the application. And main difference, as I already told, the underlying resources that VM using, and using these resources, VM created three VM, VM1, VM2, VM3, that is Gmail, web server, and your database server. Same resource using the containerized architecture can run more containers. As example, here, four container is running. Of course, your Gmail running. Let me write the things. Your Gmail applications. Okay, this is your web server application. This is your what was that database server, and this is your another server added here, another application added here. That is suppose Outlook, that example. So we are using extra applications here. So the benefits you can see. What is the benefit here we are getting? So container is light in weight, means it is light, of course, and due to that reason, it takes less time to reboot. So obviously, everyone like this. Everyone, every organization try to deploy their system the containers. In this point, if you have any point to add or any queries, please let me know.
Nandan, basically, the in the container, right? In the containerized systems, we have only one OS, and in case of virtual machine, we have multiple OS, and that's the basic and the major differences, and that's why the speeds and the resources varies, right?
For your point,
And
for your point, we have the host OS, of course, one, but but
Mhm.
some part of OS will be inside the package that
Yeah,
was
that will be
deploying.
there. that would
Yes,
be there, but the basic ways would be the one.
yes.
So the advantage is like you have lightweight. The other problem, so we have not talked about the problem. The problem
I
is
will,
if we get
I
something
will
problem
talk.
in the operating
I will
system,
just
that will
one
stop it,
more,
right? The containers.
just one moment. I will talk about the problem. First, my purpose is to understand the container, why we are using. I will come to the problem. I'm just giving time to understand where, why we are using. After finishing that, I will come to the point. Disadvantage.
Sure.
Okay. Now, as no one have any query, anything, so just let me inform. Also, we have some disadvantage in containerization platform. As one of my members started the discussing, that is very good, but no one is raised the point. As we have only single weight, single base weight, means this is our host weight. Based on that, based on that weight, all the container running, Gmail application running, web server running, DBS running, Outlook running. But but it somehow, if the weight crashes or it gets down, so our all application will get the downtime. This is a very, very big disadvantage in the containerization platform. Another point, suppose Gmail, web server, database server, Outlook, these applications running, that is fine. But these applications require different operating system. As example, we just discussed about the VM. Gmail required the Windows, web server required the Linux, and database server required the Unix. So these are the three different operating systems required for each VM, and it is running for that. Suppose if the capital scenario we face like that, then container not help to running the application. Suppose we have the base operating system Linux, so each container or each application will run through only the Linux, not Windows, not your Linux, not Unix. Only it will help to run the Linux based application. So that is another challenge. That is another disadvantage. I hope I clear your queries.
Yes. I have one more query on this one. Like, how this advantage did you see in real? Because this is theoretical disadvantage. How
Yeah.
how did you face this one in reality? Like, is it really a problem? And how the problem is severe?
You are talking of advantages,
Disadvantages.
disadvantages. As of
Because we
now,
know all know about the advantages. I think that's a problematic.
okay,
So that's a good
okay,
one. But
okay,
disadvantage one. So do you
okay.
see really in reality is a problem?
As of now, the team who is looking after the Linux or the server part, they are very dedicatedly working on this system. There is some separation part in this area that I want to mark for you. In this area, there are some few guys working dedicatedly. Few, sorry, I'm not well in drawing. Okay, so in this part, few guys dedicatedly working each and every time to make it up, to make the maintenance, to make the error free, to make it bugs free. So that is the challenging part. That's why dedicated team, 200% dedicated team working day in, day out. In the practical scenario and the practical means production environment that I am talking about. As of now, I did not see any challenges there that OS down, OS crashes, and it is underutilizations or it is getting down for that case. Means OS crashes, not like that. So as of now, I did not see.
Okay.
And
The
and
other.
many people deploy here. And other cases
Mm,
like suppose example whenever any solution architect or whenever making any design for the applications, right? Suppose you know that in the Kubernetes we make the cluster, and based on that we have different namespaces. That's why industry in production how they only using Linux, no other operating system they are using. But somewhere I observed they uses where they uses a different operating system without the Linux version. What they are doing, they are separating the cluster. Maybe the applications running as example Windows. As example, they are using Windows. So what they are making one cluster that having all the Linux resources. As example, if I consider ports, their replica set, their namespaces, and other resources that required to run the cluster. And in the different cluster, they using some different operating system. So there is not required in the same spot server, the uh, running in different applications with a different operating system. So that way they design their cluster.
so second disadvantage is gone actually.
Actually, I will not say gone because see, no one's want a dependency right now. Okay, if I require, if I require anything, so I can simply can put that server in my existing cluster. Only
Mm,
for the
mm.
your different operating system. Just one moment. Let me connect the charger. Yeah. Just for only for the operating system, they will create one cluster that is also cost effective. And creating a cluster, maintaining a cluster for the Kubernetes, it's a huge pain. It's really huge pain for the administrator. But okay, but it can now we can ignore because of that kind of scenario and the challenge don't we don't face yet.
Now also we can like having option to worker nodes, shifting worker node, master node.
No, no, that we have, but depends on the your operating system. You are creating the cluster, so and you are creating some other namespaces. It is a challenge. Practically, it is a challenge in the production environment. But that is why you may observe in future that only industry pay for Linux. That is a some rule for industry as of now. So everyone or organization just moving towards that. Well, so these are the points. So everyone wants to learn Linux. Anything with this architecture you have in mind? Any inputs? Any concern? So guys, it is great. But it is great that you all attended